I'm Zara.
And I'm McKenzie.
And this is
First.
So, what episode are we on?
I think we're on 3.
Okay, so for those just tuning in, should we just give them a little introduction so they know who we are?
I think we should.
Okay, who are you?
I'm McKenzie Knight. I am a freshman, and I am an English major.
Crazy stuff. I'm Zara, and I'm a marketing major. So, we have one semester under our belt.
Oh boy, that's like weird to me.
That means we're experts, though, which means we can give all the advice and all the things.
But only on things pertaining to fall semesters.
Don't ask us about spring. But speaking of spring, what are some things we're looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to these new classes. I was really excited. You know, I stalked Degree Works, and as I do.
Yeah, that's good for you to say. I am definitely not looking forward to this semester academically. First semester, it was critical decision making, intro to mass comm, creative writing. But now it's like legal environment of business, microeconomics. I'm like, I'm gonna have to study for these classes. I didn't have to do that last semester. Like, what even is this?
Dude, this is where I appeal to you to become an English major. I'm taking fiction writing and the special topics in creative writing. Classes like that. It's just...
You're literally torturing me right now. You know, if I could take all of those classes and then still call it a marketing major, I totally would, but I'm not sure that's how degree works and marketing works. Marketing, I think like a sales minor though, if you do it. It's not marketing. And I don't want to go into sales. I feel like sales is something that I know I have the skill set to do, but I would definitely rather do something else.
It's me with anything related to like STEM. I cannot do it. I'm so sorry.
Oh yeah, I tried STEM in middle school, and let's just say there's a reason why I'm a business major with concentrations like English and math areas and not STEM. We take our minimum history credits, our minimum science credits, and then we leave, and we never return.
We know where our strengths lie.
How are the vibes of this semester for you compared to last semester?
You know, I'm feeling a little burnt out, I won't lie, but the fall, I was kind of like, okay, you know, new freshman, getting ready to go to school, walking out with my fresh fit out of the dorm room, and now I wear sweatpants every day. I go to Cane's because I'm too lazy to go anywhere else. So we're hoping it's similar.
Honestly, this semester, I think I forgot about the weather because the first day of class, I was like, what if I dressed up? And then I walked out of the dorm, started walking, and realized, this is why I love sweatpants. This is why I love large t-shirts. And now we've gone back to our roots.
So we forget that it's 30 degrees, like today. Coming back from being at home, and I was on the road, and then all of a sudden the Alabama, like the UA alert, was like, tornado touchdown. I was like, oh great, I'm right by it.
I feel like though this semester, I feel like I'm a lot more excited for it. Because last semester was a lot of getting used to going to class at specific times, getting used to being away from home, all that fun homesickness stuff.
Do you feel like more homesick now that you got time to go home and then had to come back?
Honestly, I'm the opposite. Because like in the first semester, I was adjusting, I was like making friends, I was figuring out where I quote unquote belonged on campus, that I was kind of longing for home because like I knew where I belong at home and I knew what I was doing at home. But then I went back home. I'm a person that honestly hates change. Like towards the end of the first semester, I was like, I don't want to leave. And then I was like, home. And I was like, wait. And it took me like a couple days. And I was like, wait, I want to stay here forever. And then now I'm back.
So like so I know we're also, this is a little off topic, but well, not really.
No, off topic's amazing. I love it.
I love to go on a tangent on this podcast.
Yeah, for sure.
Syllabus week. Did you have to do any icebreakers?
Yes.
Were they on a scale from 1 to 10?
Honestly, they weren't that bad because I'm a pretty sociable person. Today was the only icebreaker I did. We had this sheet of paper and it was set up like a bingo board, but I think like she wanted all of us to get all of the squares. And it was like, go around the class and see who likes waffles over pancakes and see who's left-handed. So that was actually pretty okay. I was also like in a caffeinated mood, if that makes sense. So that was fine. If I was not in a caffeinated mood, I'd probably be telling you something different.
If you had to give a fun fact during one of it, like what would you say? Like right now.
Oh, I just told them I was left-handed because they had a square. I'm really just not like other girls. I don't know what to tell you, McKenzie. I know.
Well, I'm right-handed, like the majority, so.
Ugh, basic.
What can I say?
Basic. Did you have to do any icebreakers?
I did, but it was just like we had to say what our major was, and then like one thing we were excited to get out of the class, which I was like, I mean, I'm being made to take it, so I'm hoping to get my GE credit. Like, That's what I'm.
Wait, so who are your writing teachers?
I have Paul Albano, I have Brian Whalen, and then I have Josh Weathersby.
Okay. I was like listening now to see if you had Tristan Reeson for any of them, because he was my intro teacher last semester. Very, very good. If you have the chance to take him, totally would recommend it.
Yes. I think, I haven't run into a bad English professor. They're all fantastic people. Like, I love them all.
Yeah, they're pretty passionate about what they do, which is really nice. Yeah. The only English class I'm taking is like, it's not really like a writing English class. It's American Lit. I low-key thought it was going to be like one of those easy A+ classes, and then I got into syllabus day and realized, oh, this is another class I'm going to have to study for. I mean, I don't think it's going to be bad, but it's definitely just slightly worse than I had planned it to be in my head, if that makes sense. But we're going to get through it, and then next semester we'll give ourselves more of a break with that GBA 300, English 303 with the poetry writing. You should take it with me next semester.
I think I have to take it eventually anyway, so.
We should totally take it.
As well.
So, are there any organizations / stuff that you started this semester that you didn't do last semester?
I don't think so. I think I'll just probably keep with Crimson White. I did enjoy like my time doing that last semester. I got to put out some cool stuff and experiment with some things. I'll probably check out, the Get On Board Day that they're doing this semester and see if there's anything that catches my eye then. What about you?
I think last semester I tried a few things. I tried a few of the desks of the Crimson White. I tried Alice the Magazine. I did a few things there too. The Crimson White Culture Desk was the thing that I ended up kind of sticking with this semester. But last semester I definitely had more of a focus in one area, aka journalism. But I think this semester I kind of want to not spread myself too thin, but just spread myself out a little bit more than I did last semester. Like, I want to join the American Marketing Association, PRCA for public relations, and then Women in Business Communications, kind of like more towards my major. And then also maybe join a bit more just like social clubs for fun, not necessarily for like LinkedIn connections.
I love a good LinkedIn connection.
Yes, fun.
Well, we could also do internships.
I am in the process of trying to look for an internship. I have a professor that said she would help me, and I emailed her about meeting up this semester, and I'm going to give her a couple more days before I send that hot follow-up email. I met with her last semester, and she said she would help me with stuff, so we'll see. But I think I might also, in addition to that, start taking things in my own hands as well. You said spring Get On Board Day. Are there any particular clubs you want to revisit? Or are you just walking around?
So when I went to Get On Board Day before, I was a little distracted because I had some friendship drama going down that we won't get into now. So I was distracted, so I only looked at the English stuff in depth. But I think I want to try to get into a club that is something that's way out of my comfort zone. I want to put all of the clubs that I interact with into a wheel, spin it, and then I will join the one that it lands.
You should join the Crimson Clay with me. That's all I'm saying.
I did pottery in high school.
You should join Crimson Clay with me and watch me fail, because I have only done it. I've only done it at summer camp, and summer camp was one of those things just oh my gosh, you did it, but in reality they did half of it for you, and the times that they didn't do it for me was not very, very good looking. But you've already found an internship for this semester.
I did. I'm doing something with a group in New York, so I can't travel out there, obviously. Maybe this summer they'll move it on, and I'll get to do it in the city as well. I've only been to New York once.
So tell us about it. What's the nitty gritty? What's the down low? How did you get it? What do you do?
So it's becoming a little easier to get things English related, because there's specific website bookjobs.com. They have a really good database of internships for English-minded folks. But I just looked on there, applied to everything that I hadn't already missed the deadline for, because I waited till the last minute, as a good freshman does, and just waited to hear back. And eventually I heard back. I interviewed, and they're like, "You want to come?" And I was like, "Sure."
Do you have any advice for people, me, who are looking for internships in their own field?
I would just say, talk to your professors. I took a class last semester. The professor was connect with me on LinkedIn. I put out internships all the time for people. Just look on the internet, look through social media stuff, because sometimes they're on there in sneaky ways. So you never know.
Let's talk about the Crimson White for a couple minutes,
Okay.
maybe. Anything you're excited about writing this semester?
I definitely am excited. I probably should do some more work that's more UA related, but I do enjoy like going to see films and like critiquing them and doing research on like how other people are reacting to them. I think probably this semester I want to see if I can focus on some things within like the fields that I enjoy, like at Alabama, like maybe looking into English program and seeing like the specifics within those. What about you?
Honestly, I think I'm just going to see where this semester takes me in terms of my writing. I think it'd be great to do some more in-depth features because I really do like going out and talking to people. I just have to go out and talk to people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like you want to do it, but then you got to find the time, got to find the right angle. But I think we're going to do it this semester. That's one of our goals. Planning on doing anything over spring break thus far?
I think I'm trying to convince my family to let us go to California because I'm going to surprise one of my friends. She's opening as Catherine in Newsies during our spring break, and I want to be there so bad for it. So
I have no idea what I'm doing over spring break. I've talked to my roommate about it, and I've talked to one of my friends, and all three of us agree that we want to do something, but we just haven't decided on specifically what, specifically who. I'm thinking maybe the beach. Controversial topic. We might get canceled for this.
oh no, we're already canceled.
Oh, true. We've been canceled many times over by our invisible audience.
Oh yes.
Were you rooting for TCU?
I'm not gonna lie, I did not watch the game, but I was cheering for UGA. Because I have too many friends who go to TCU, and I just had to rub it in their face. Georgia did.
I think I watched maybe the first quarter of the game until I realized that was the only quarter I needed to watch.
I did not even watch the game. I just looked at the ESPN app and prayed for TCU.
I thought they were at least gonna get a hot second touchdown, you know?
Didn't they score first?
I didn't watch the very beginnings. I'm not sure who had the first touchdown. I'm sure someone's yelling it at home. They're like, oh my gosh, it was TCU.
Right. Well, like for next semester, if we're talking about things we're looking forward to, I'm looking forward to football season coming back. Alabama making it to the playoffs this year. They will.
They will. We are going to the Natty. We are going to the
win.
Natty.
And Will is staying as our kicker. So do you have?
Yes.
He's staying for last
Yes.
year.
Number 1 recruiting class. They're saying he's slipping, but everyone
not.
wants him. He's not.
He's out there doing stretches on the field with the players.
He's alive. He's well.
He's killing it.
Honestly, rumor has it he's immortal and he'll stay at Alabama forever.
That surprised me.
He'll outlive all of us.
I mean, he'll be the only person on the team. He's the 13th.
He'll be the only person left on campus.
When Alabama and when everyone is gone, when we are gone, we've graduated. Nick Saban will still be here.
We'll take our kids, be like, oh my gosh, Nick Saban.
Oh my gosh, I remember before I came to Alabama, I did not like Nick Saban. I'm so sorry to anyone who's an Alabama fan. Like old Alabama fan.
My hands are on my face. I am in disbelief.
I know. I'm like horrified with old me because I did not like Alabama at all.
Shocked.
I know. And then I came here.
Appalled.
I am
disappointed.
horrified. But like now that I'm here, like I would stay for everything else. Like I love it. So.
Yeah. I'm definitely the opposite. Like I definitely grew up a Bama fan.
But your sister went to UGA.
Well, UGA, they have like this thing in Georgia called the Zell Miller that covers 100% of your tuition. So if I went to a school, I definitely didn't come to Alabama for financial reasons, because I definitely said no to a scholarship in Georgia that I qualify for that covers 90% of my tuition. But that's the power of Nick Saban.
Yeah.
That's the power of Nick Saban.
You know, honestly, it was probably Nick Saban who drew me here. It was an unconscious
He just
decision.
called to you in Tennessee.
He was like, listen, like, you want to come to the University of Alabama. You want to.
I hate to brag, though, over the break, like, my mom and my sister, they're, like, out of town. So I forced my friends to watch the Sugar Bowl with me. And neither of them were Bama fans at the beginning of the game. But let's just say, at the end of the game, they were waving the crimson flag, bleeding crimson.
The crimson.
Exactly.
The crimson white. That's not the team.
I mean, they could join the crimson white. It'd be really funny, though.
They could. Imagine, like, all of the football players, like, on the crimson white. That would be funny.
Oh my gosh. Imagine Bryce Young if he was on the crimson white. He was a comm major.
I didn't even know he was graduating in December. I thought he was graduating in the spring. But I'm a Seahawks fan. But I don't ever watch their games.
I wouldn't say I'm like a football fan. I'm more of like an Alabama football fan, if that makes sense. Like if it's the other teams, I'll watch, but I really won't care as much.
Before I came to Alabama, and I still kind of am, so don't tell anybody.
She says it's like it's on a podcast that's going to literally our entire school. Okay, right. Continue.
Anyways, I am a Michigan fan. I'm sorry to say, but it was painful to watch Michigan lose to TCU.
I will say in terms of Michigan versus TCU, I was sort of hoping that Michigan would pull one out of the bag and win.
Ashamed. That's what I was that day.
Not as ashamed as TCU is.
Oh, you're right about that.
I didn't actually watch all of the Ohio-Georgia game, like the Peach Bowl, but that was a good game.
I think it was a good game.
I think I watched the middle half of it before my internet failed me. But it was good.
One of the folks who I used to go to school with is on Ohio State. And so I was like, I don't like Ohio State, but I want him to succeed. But I also don't need Georgia to win. It was a complicated thing.
Yeah, I low-key was rooting for TCU. Definitely don't tell my sister, because she goes to UGA. But she was spending the entire break trash-talking Alabama and then uplifting Georgia. And I was okay with Georgia before the break. But then after 2 weeks of that, I was like, come on, TCU. Come on. Please, pull through for me.
Now we're trash-talking TCU.
When we're just casually trash-talking both based on what we want.
It's all love for all the teams that made it into the playoffs.
They all worked very hard.
Alabama should have been there, but
They did their very best. It wasn't for us, they're like, oh, this, and this has to happen for Alabama to make the finals. It all happened. We didn't make the Natty. It's fine.
I was so upset because I was like, okay, so I think Michigan lost, and they were supposed to win. Or they beat Ohio State. Yeah. And they weren't supposed to. But then all the other things happened that were supposed to get Alabama to. It's fine.
It's fine. You know what? We have 18 natties in the case. There's no way in the next 3 years we aren't going to get another one.
There's no way someone catches up to us.
No way.
Before we graduate.
No way. There's not enough time to get 18 between now and 2026.
UGA has three, and 2 in a row.
As my dad said, teams, they're good for right now, but Alabama is historically good. We're not just good in the present moment. We're good all times.
Also, Alabama is a good example of why Georgia's, winning is not going to last. Because, obviously, we have a history of winning. But, we did not do as well as we usually do in past years this year.
And we're still number 5.
Yeah. So, it just means Georgia may not make it to the playoffs this year. And I'm okay with that.
Who knows? Kirby Smart, he better start studying I don't know where I was going with that.
I don't know anything about Georgia except for their quarterback being Stetson, which I don't really. He was working at Canes yesterday apparently.
Interesting. I
saw it on TikTok.
I've been to their stadium. Much tinier than Bryant-Denny.
Bryant-Denny is the best stadium.
Bryant-Denny's so huge. I'm kind of salty though, but because of the expansion of Bryant-Denny, the Office of Student Media, I heard someone told me used to be right by Reese Pfeiffer. But then they built a parking lot.
Reese Pfeiffer is the College of Communication?
Mm-hmm. Okay. It's right next to Bryant-Denny.
Oh, yeah.
We used to be right by Reese Pfeiffer. But now we're here in Bryce Lawn. It's okay though.
I like the building. I just, it's Reese Pfeiffer is a lot closer to my dorm.
Reese Pfeiffer is not even a 5-minute walk from my dorm. So when I heard that, I was just a little salty.
It's okay.
But we appreciate what we have.
We do. I'm very grateful.
We're in this beautiful podcast room with things. I know one of my friends who goes to a smaller school. They give their entire journalism publication a room. So at least we get a building. We have to count our
blessings.
Count our blessings. We're thinking about trying classes at the rec this semester, right?
Yeah. I'm kind of apprehensive about it, I won't lie, because I'm not flexible or talented in terms of being, I don't know the word.
Honestly, I think as long as you're moving your limbs and you're breaking at least a partial sweat, I think you'll be fine. I took Zumba classes when I was at home at my home gym, but they don't offer Zumba classes here, which is really sad.
They just have rhythm, right? And the K-pop.
They have the K-pop. They have days. I think that's just a regular cardio class. I'm not sure if that's dance. And then they also have hip-hop. And the hip-hop one is the one that I want to try. I kind of intended on trying it all of last semester, but then I just never made it because they only offer it one time a week. And of course it's at a time that I don't really want to go to, but like I think I'm just gonna do it. Suck it up and do it. On that fresh Tuesday at 6:30 to 7:30 when all I want to do is eat dinner.
I was also thinking about trying out rec sports, like, because I miss playing a sport. I was a 3-sport athlete, like, all through high school, and I haven't done a sport in a while, and I want to.
I'd like the record to show my sport was journalism. So I
was getting the workout.
Her finger was cramping. I guess her voice was getting strained from talking to her classmates.
You're not doing bicep curls with the pin?
Oh, no, I was doing it with the Chromebook. A little bit more advanced.
Play basketball again. I think you'd be good at basketball. I just trust me.
You can't see me right now, but I have a very suspicious look on my face, and I'm looking at McKenzie like she's crazy, because she is.
No, I'm literally not. I'm the farthest from crazy.
No, if you think I could be good at basketball, then I think your basketball dar, if that's a thing, is off. Let's just say that.
If we're gonna get back on topic, which we should.
Yeah, we probably should.
But I was thinking we should say what is like the most important thing we learned from fall 2022, because I feel like it's important for us to like get it up.
Okay.
What are we leaving behind in fall 2022?
Here is the nitty-gritty advice. Here is where we get serious. This is where the wisdom of me coming from first semester of freshman year will really help the struggling not first semester freshman.
Yeah.
I think I took first semester a little too seriously. Like, people say I don't know, it seems so like hallmarky, but honestly it's good advice that I realized at the end. It's like, college is supposed to be the best experience of your life. You're supposed to having the best time ever. Well, guess what? It's just another phase of your life. You don't have to constantly be having the best time of your life. Like, as long as you're having a good time, it's fine. You don't have to be having the best time as long as you're at least having, like, an okay time. And even having a bad time is okay, too. It's just an adjustment period.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of, I don't know, what's made me more excited about this semester, because I feel less pressure to make it the best year of my life, you know?
Yeah, that's really. I guess mine is sort of similar. We call him the fifth roomie, but he lives in the same dorm as us, and so sometimes this is advice my friend gave me, that he told me to stop putting limits on myself, because sometimes I'll like want to mold an experience to be the way that books or like movies will say that they are. So like similarly, like this semester I'm going to try not to put as many limits on myself. Like go to the bowling alley on Friday instead of staying in and doing homework, or like take that impromptu trip to Birmingham or something. Like just
Yeah, I think the motto for this semester is like, don't take it seriously, just have fun, but also like take advantage of what we have around us.
Yeah. There's so much to do as college students. Like I feel like we forget that like we do what we want essentially. Like there's
I mean, in high school, there's a lot of there is freedom, but in college, there's literally a place for everyone.
Yeah, like, I don't have to update anyone on where I'm going, unless for safety reasons. But, I do things on my own time. I make my own schedules, quite literally.
Yeah.
It's very freeing. I do enjoy that part of college. Like,
yeah, I've really enjoyed, like, coming up with my own routine for the day, figuring out when and where I'm going to do stuff, meeting new people.
And choosing if I'll actually follow my gym routine or not, which I won't.
I think I have a good gym routine, but I definitely want to introduce dance classes too, and I think that's going to be where things get a little bit complicated.
I agree.
Because it's like they only have them at certain times, and I think, well, maybe I could try a different one, but...
It's okay. I just think we're going to kill this semester.
Oh, we're going to kill it.
We learned so much from fall 2022.
I made a Spotify playlist. It's called The Year of Zara, because I'm manifesting the Year of Zara. I mean, I'm not going to say this is going to be the best year, because we don't want to put that kind of pressure on this year. But we're manifesting a good year. We're manifesting accomplishments. I don't know why that took me so long to come up with the word accomplishments, but we're manifesting accomplishments, we're manifesting goals, we're manifesting fun. And
yes.
I don't know. I think that's it, though.
I think you covered everything.
So, I'm Zara.
And I'm McKenzie.
And this was...
First.